What's up, Internet? We are here once again with CoolBoy for 101 Real Game. And we are going to be playing some more games this week to discover the depths and mysteries that is unofficial pirate multi-cart nonsense with Sky Destroy, which is Sky Destroyer. Also, there's some kind of mountain in the background. This feels... I've played a little bit of this. I'm not the most enthused about it. It feels kind of like a nonsense, less good version of Afterburner, honestly. Although you actually do seem to have like full, I don't want to say 360-degree movement, but you have full control over where you go. You're not really stuck in a single straight path where you can sort of slightly veer left and right to avoid attacks. So movement-wise, I would say it's better than Afterburner in some respects, but... you know, you're also coming very close to one of my favorite arcade games, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take that without, at the very least, saying it's not quite as good because it's not Afterburner. Because it's not Afterburner. It's Sky Destroyer. I don't think this is an actual arcade game. I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to the Famicom NES. And apparently you can crash in the water, which is a little bit tricky to judge distance on, because the texture on it's a little bit basically non-existent. Still, you know, you're flying around, you're shooting things, it's fun. I think eventually boats come to the mix, you have to blow them up with the bombs. Oh, we got some red guys. That means they're more difficult than the other ones. Allegedly, anyway. This game could use some music, not just brrrr. But that's what this game decided to do for a soundtrack, so... Pew! Sound effects. Okay, I don't really get the point of that. Like, they did that in Afterburner as well. Like, they shot out your wing and you kind of just sort of fell to the ground, but it's a lot faster. And it's just clear it was just trying to be sort of like a cool moment, even if you were losing. Whereas this, you still have some control, you just can't do anything. That seems like a weird choice. Oh no! Crunch. Splash. It's not bad. I've played better games, but that one's not horrible. Just kind of bland and not great. Next we have... Excitebike. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Who doesn't love Excitebike? I'm surprised they haven't really done more with Excitebike. Like, there's Excitebike and there's like the Satellaview BS Mario Excitebike for the Super Famicom, and that's about the extent of Excitebike out there. And then after that, it's like, what was it, Konami's Motocross Maniacs, which from what I've played is not that great. And I guess now Trials would be the evolution of Excitebike, even though it's not really remotely connected in any way, shape, or form other than there's a bike in it. And granted, you know, that's kind of like the important thing, but still. I got a power-up, I can move faster. However, it's going to make me overheat and explode, so let's not do that too much. I think Excitebike's a good game. And it's a pretty deep game for what it is. Like, it has a complete level designer, too, which is a pretty forward-thinking concept. Especially back in the day when you didn't really have a lot of time or space to work with. We are the best. Alright, let's go. We have to beat this for the glory of all motocross racers everywhere. Down. Not in the mud, that slows you down. It makes you all muddy. You don't want to be muddy. You have to be clean for your photo as champion, or else you don't look cool. Come on. Whoop. Come on, we got this. Come on, we excite, we bike. We've got this. We can't lose. It's kind of sort of intense because it's not just about going off the bumps so much as you have to manage your character's orientation when he does it, which is, I think, a pretty interesting mechanic. And then you have to slowly get back on your bike if you screw up. And it sucks. But we're still #1. Which means we're the best. No bike excites more than us. Ooh, a bluegrass track. I think the only thing I would change about Excitebike would be more music. Because it does feel a little bit quiet. And I get that that's partly just to try and immerse you, but I hate those stupid things. They're so hard to get right. Their geometry is so weird. This game was pretty advanced in terms of how you react to like your environment's geometry as well, though. And that's really cool. Oh no. Go. Now, I think there's supposed to be Nintendo logos in the background, as well as a couple other things that might have been edited out when you got rid of the some stuff. It's been a while since I've seen like an official cartridge of Excitebike, but I'm pretty sure like that black bar in the background is supposed to have like something on it. That it just doesn't because the copyright was tampered with. I think. And that's a fun thing about a lot of pirate multi-carts. It's like you don't necessarily think about it, but as you work on, we're not going to make third. Unfortunate. But as you tamper with the copyright, you affect a bunch of other stuff that in unforeseen ways. Also, I like that they kind of pitch shift the theme so that it sounds a little bit sadder when you lose, even though it's the same theme. That's kind of a neat touch. Alright, next is brush roll. That's not horrifying at all. That's just going to be what I'm going to be seeing in my nightmares for the next forever. This is a pirate game, I believe. I think there's a official game that's kind of sort of vaguely based on the same concept, but the idea is you're supposed to be cleaning the floor and you die instantly because I'm bad at this. It's not unlike Pac-Man per se. Kind of interesting that there's like depth. Whoa, let's not go this way. You can ride the little brush to get a little bit ahead of enemies. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Oh yeah. Eat the brush. Oh, he didn't want to eat the brush. Yeah, this game is not the best designed. What? What's that other thing with a heart? Why is there a thing with a heart? Is it just points? What is your secret heart thing? I must know it. Oh, crap, it's... Yeah, I think in, like, the quote-unquote official version of this, it's like a boot that's leaving, footprints. Whereas here it's a thing that's just got a heart and you kind of have to go around and clean up its footprints because it's messing up the floor. So it's an unofficial port of a, I'm pretty sure also already unofficial game, but it's not a good game. The controls do not like to be told what to do. I'll point out we cannot actually finish this game until we clean up all the paw prints as well, because that's classified as dirt. And it's like, okay, so you just don't want me to ever actually beat level 1, is that right? Because, I mean, if that's the case, I'm not going to say that's fine, but at least be honest about it. Also, let me clean up where I'm slowly dying across. Nope. Nope. This game is not very fun. Alright, you stupid thermos-looking thing. You're dead now. Well, let's not go over there. That was our last life, and we were so close. Damn it. Oh, that terrifying thing. Well, I think I've had enough of that. Yeah, that is not an enjoyable game, like, at all. Next we have number 169, Ice Climber, which is Ice Climber. Now, is this the American version or the Japanese version? Because they edited a sprite for the North American release. Actually, I think it's the world release, just the Japanese version's different. I guess we'll find out. Nope, it's the Japanese version where you club seals, because that's a thing you can do in games. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of people play Smash, they have fun with Ice Climbers, they don't realize they were kind of just people who abused seals. Don't you feel weird playing Smash now? I bet you do. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. Collect all the eggplants. Why eggplants would be on a giant frozen hill, I don't know. Maybe they grow there, I don't know. Eggplants always seem like weird vegetables to me. I died. But Ice Climbers is a pretty good game. Gets really tough real quick, though, from what I remember. I think there's a way to jump extra high in this game as well. Like, you can jump like 1.5 times like the normal jump height. But I remember Ice Climbers being a pretty interesting game because it was a game where if you didn't play strategically, like, it doesn't look necessarily like a puzzle game, but if you don't play it like a puzzle game, you could screw yourself pretty hard. Because, of course, you're destroying the platforms you eventually need to get up to. I got Goofy Mr. Carrot with its goofy little eyeballs, because carrots need those, apparently. Oh... Yeah, the jumps, once you jump, you're committed to it. Which means you don't have a lot of actual, a lot of open control of... Oh, nope. I'm sorry, Mr. Seal. I can't remember what they replaced the seals with in North America, but I remember that they changed it. You just restored the ground, you jerk seal. I mean, I still feel bad for attacking you, but still, come on. Is there, like, wind or something? Huh. There's wind. That's peculiar. Jump. Oh, no. Let's not get impaled on icicles if we can help it. How do I... Oh... Okay, I think I get it. There's just not a huge room to maneuver to get into spots like this, like that. Also, I think I saw a little parka up here that just disappeared when we got to the bonus stage, so we missed out on getting possibly a free life, maybe? Ah! I don't know how I was going to get out of there. Alas. If I could just jump through clouds. Let's not get impaled. Still feel like you should be able to jump through clouds, but then I guess the game logic would be that you couldn't theoretically stand on them either. And they wouldn't be viable as platforms. Alright, well now we've got a way to get out of there. Use the hammer, Popo. Oh, the parka's just my life counter. I thought it was an actual life in the environment that I could have collected. Alas, it was not. Oh! That was not fair. Wind, you betrayed me. Wind is the worst. Nope. There we go. Come on, I want to do at least one of these bonus stages. Jump up here. And up here. This thing is tall. Come on, clouds. What? Clouds! You're ruining things. As you always do. You ruined Final Fantasy. Why not ruin Ice Climbers while you're at it? Ah! Alright, well, I think we get the idea of what Ice Climbers is. It's fun. It's an interesting little puzzle platformer thing. And finally we have Tailspin, which is apparently made by Capcom, and it's a Disney game based on a cartoon I never really watched. I've never really watched Tailspin. I think you can get this on the Disney Classics Afternoon collection on like the Xbox One now, though, which is cool. I think that collection is fundamentally a very interesting idea. I think it's a little expensive for what you're getting, especially considering, you know, multi-carts are cheaper than that entire collection, but still. Also, we've got choplifter aiming mechanics, which I don't really care for. Oh, that's not a wall. Okay. I thought that was actually a wall. Whoa. Come on, let's calm down, guys. I'm just trying to do a delivery or whatever the hell Blue did in Tailspin. With the shifting directions in the actual shmup bits. Reminds me a little bit of that terrible Famicom Doraemon game that did the same thing. Except at least you could shoot straight. I don't care for this angular aiming nonsense. Even if it is, on a technical level, kind of like accurate to what it should be, I guess. I don't know, I like the I shoot straight because I'm facing forward sort of nonsense, as opposed to the you're aiming at an angle that's relative to where you're aiming because reasons. Oh. Poor Baloo. Let's try again. Guess we're starting back at the beginning, as they happen. The nice thing is this is a Capcom game, so you know at least it's well made. Even if it's not a game that's personally my taste. Capcom made a lot of really good Disney games back in the day. And now they're handled by pretty much everyone that doesn't know what they're doing. Actually, what was like the latest Disney game? I know there were those terrible Disney sports games. I reviewed one of them, and there was like Magical Mirror, which I played once and thought it was not an interesting little point and click. But, you know, I don't think Disney's making all that many games. There's Disney Infinity, I suppose. I think that's shut down, though. Because that whole buying toys to play games nonsense, that really only worked with Skylanders, and even then I would argue it didn't really work. People just sort of thought it was a novelty and took part. I really have got to actually, like, you know, get a Skylanders portal and a copy of Skylanders, seeing as I do actually own a couple, just because they were cheap and I thought they were cool looking. I should really actually see what that game's all about. But you'd be surprised, like, how hard it is to find, like, a copy for a decent price. The Skylanders themselves aren't worth anything. But people seem convinced that they are, so buying them used is actually a real pain in the ass. Oh no! Maybe you need to go back to the bare necessities, Baloo. I don't think you need a plane in your life. In fact, if you think about it, even though I never watched Tailspin, if the concept was Baloo has an airplane, I think that's kind of going against his entire character. Just because the whole point of Baloo was, you know, live this Spartan lifestyle of nothing more than you really need. Music's really nice, but I mean, again, it's a Capcom game, so of course it is. Oh, alas, poor Baloo. Still, Capcom is Capcom. They don't... Well, they didn't back in the day make bad things for the most part. And that was these 5, so let's go over them. Sky Destroy, which is Sky Destroyer. It's not really my cup of tea. It's kind of like a knockoff Afterburner. Excitebike is great. Brush Roll is garbage. Ice Climber is... It's fun. And Tailspin, I think I need to spend a little bit more time just to get the hang of it, but it's not a game for me, I don't think, but I really enjoy the presentation to it. Now, out of these past 5 games, do I recommend this cart? Well, Brush Roll is terrible, but Ice Climber and Excitebike, and to an extent even Tailspin, would make me say, yeah, I think they at the very least balance out. And come back next week where we're going to look at Zippy Race. And if you want to see more from the show, subscribe to it. I'm going to make a shit ton of noise as I accidentally yank one of my headphone cables out. And to see everything else I do. And if you really want to help make this channel a better place and help supply it with more stuff, check out my Patreon, support me there so I can continue to do more awesome stuff for the show. Plus, you get yourself on the Patreon supporters Discord where we can talk about how awesome Excitebike is and how weird Tailspin was, even though I've never seen it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.